investing in yourself, something that I do on a daily basis. I always invest in myself because I will get the biggest return on my investment. I will never, ever see it as a waste of money investing into me. When I invest into other things, my time, my effort, my money, yes, it can sometimes be a waste of my time. But when I invest into myself, I never think that, ever. And I think it's something that everyone should start doing more often. Going on to health, this is the most important investment for yourself. If you are not healthy, what is the point? If you cannot enjoy the money that you earn, the people you attract, because you are not healthy, there's no point in starting. So it all starts by getting a healthy lifestyle. This includes food. You want to invest into good food. It doesn't have to be steaks all the time, nothing like that, but a healthy sort of diet. And people often say healthy food is expensive, but they don't say going out on a £200 bender is expensive. So you just have to pick your priorities. For me, food is a massive priority. I would rather spend a lot more at a supermarket than I would at a restaurant. People will easily spend £80 on a meal on a restaurant, but they'll say £80 on a weekly shop is expensive. So you just need to find your priorities and look at that sort of point of view. Next one, exercise. You should be exercising a couple times a week, minimum. If you want to be healthy and have longevity within life, exercise is a big yes. For me, I do it daily. Most of the time, I'll do it 2 or 3 times a day. But exercise is a great one to get the blood pumping around the body and to be more oxygenated. If you are hypoxic, that's when you have less energy. So when you start exercising, especially for me, I find I have more energy in my waking hours because I've exerted a lot there and it's got blood pumping around my body and made me more oxygenated. Now, sleep. If you want to be healthy, you need good sleep. Sleep is where you recover. Sleep is where you rest. People think, oh, I'll just get 2 hours sleep. Nah, that is the way of having a shorter life. So if you want to be in good moods, good waking energy when you are awake, sleep is so important. Sleep recovers the brain. If you don't get deep sleep, you're not going to recover your brain from the day before, from the toxins. This is not just for fighting, this is for life. If you ever wake up groggy, it's probably because you've not had much deep sleep. And as well as that, stress. You want to avoid all unnecessary stressful situations. And by that, I do not mean exercise. I do not mean things that are going to push you and improve you within your elements of your game or your work. I mean things that are unwanted. Stress with a partner, perhaps. Maybe that's stressing you weeks on end, and eventually you're going to have to let it go so it doesn't have a knock-on effect to your lifestyle. Because if you're stressed, most people eat crap food, they'll stop exercising, and their sleep will go to shit. So stress will affect all of these. Now, if you're like me, you want to optimize your health as much as you can. This is where I spend quite a lot of money from what I earn because I want to be most optimized as possible. Things include, I've got bloods. You can do bloods 3 to 6 months and see how you're getting on. DNA test, you can get a methylated DNA test, you can get other tests as well, but the one that I have, methylated DNA, I got that because I was feeling fatigue quite a lot. And I wanted to see what my body was deficient in to see if I could solve that problem. So I got that to see what supplements to take, and then I can supplement for my deficiencies. The bloods will let you know if you are keeping that on track. The DNA test will let you know what you can and cannot convert. I've done a video on methylation and that goes into more detail. But I believe health is the biggest element to invest into. The healthier you are, I believe, especially talking from my experience, the healthier I have been, the more enjoyment I have got out of doing other bits that do not include exercise and eating, I enjoy my day-to-day a lot better. When I feel ill and groggy, I feel like shit. I can't be arsed doing anything. So that gets me in a good state of mind to develop myself even further. This is where we go on to personal development. Personal development, I look at this as seeking discomfort. You want to grow as a man or a woman, and I do this in discomfort. I do not grow in comfort zones. So me personally, I seek discomfort on a regular basis. I do this through exercise. I do it through fighting. So that is my sort of discomfort. I will push myself to the limits because then I feel so good about myself after. I walk away with my confidence high, even though I'm knackered from the session, and improvements are made. When you are in an uncomfortable environment, you've got to level up. And that is why I like seeking discomfort on a regular basis. Putting yourself first. If you want to invest into yourself, you need to put yourself first. Because if you're always putting other people before you, I know it looks like a selfish thing to do, you're never going to do what you want to do. You're just going to do what other people want to do. And if you want to fully invest into that, you need to find yourself, find your happiness, and find your purpose. And I do this personally by putting myself first. Myself goes before other people's wants and needs. Yes, there's a time where I've got to put other people, my mum, my dad, in front of mine, but you need to give time to put it to yourself. For example, for me, I have come out here for a month because I'm putting myself first. I'm finding my purpose again. And when I've got my purpose, I've got my happiness. If I stayed at home, I would have other responsibilities. For example, doing PTs for people. That's not putting myself first, that's putting them before me. I want to concentrate on my personal development for the next month and concentrate investing into myself. And that is why I come out on a regular basis. And it's because I'm content with my own company. That is something that I'm very content with, I believe. I go away and travel a lot by myself, and ways you can be content with your own company is literally going to the gym by yourself, going for a meal by yourself, going to the cinema by yourself, going doing yoga by yourself, meditate by yourself, whatever is your thing. I like coming abroad by myself because I can go meet new people, and when I've had enough, because I'm by myself, I can just fuck off and be content with my own company. And then the last one we have got, it is business. By business, I love networking. Networking, especially if you go and travel. Networking is where you can talk to new people, you can make contacts for the future, opportunities for the future. If you put yourself in an environment of networking with other people or meeting randomers, you're putting yourself in an opportunity to create some sort of connection for the future. Skill stacking. Now, this is one that I love, and it is all dependent on what your personal goals are. For me, skill stacking, I am doing communication skills, I am doing sales skills, and I am doing personal branding skills. So I'm stacking those skills. As well as that, you could look at marketing as well. But as you stack loads of skills, eventually you're going to be more knowledgeable and more knowledgeable. And at the bottom, there's a load of people. Maybe I've just got one skill, let's say sales. But then can they market very well? If you can, you're up. So you can do 2 skills now. They can only do 1. And eventually you'll get to the top where you've got 20, 30 skills, and then you're a valuable asset that you can then build into, I've got in here, personal branding, because that's what I'm trying to build now. This is what I'm doing. It's not what you have to do, but I'm trying to stack my skills up so then I am a more valuable asset as I'm investing into myself. I'm putting all that time into me, and I'm not putting it into someone else's company. As well as that, improving your social skills, because this will help with your networking. That is another sort of skill stacking, but social skills is a great one if you want to create opportunities with people you don't know. because it all links into that networking. If you're a dick and you don't have any social skills, it's going to be very hard to network. And I've already touched on it already, but personal branding, that is something that I am doing with my business, and that is probably my biggest concentration at the moment. Is building a personal brand is something that I've set a goal on to do, and I'm making sure I stick to what I've done, because I've invested in myself. It is giving me the time to do so. And that is what I have on investing in yourself. I never think it is a bad investment. You could spend hundreds and hundreds of grands, and I wouldn't say it is a wasted investment if it's put to use on yourself. I'm a very big one in thinking health is wealth. So this is my main priority, making sure I'm healthy. After that, it'll go into the personal development, because if you don't feel good about yourself, what is the point? And then after that, I will go into my business ones. That is why I've done it in this order, and that is how I personally do it. You don't have to do it like this, but this is what I do. That's today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bish, bash, bosh, pow!